Hello and welcome to another edition of the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show with me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena Chard.
Okay, let's roll the titles and let's get on with the show. Well, today's really all about success, how to create success. We've got a successful author coming on from Nepal, and obviously Philip Sykes is talking about success as well. But first of all, we're talking about royal success. The King is back. Long live the King.
The King is back. We're so pleased. I mean, if everyone remembers last week, we were so worried because we'd had this special, embargoed news, and we waited, and obviously after the show, it was like, oh goodness, what's happened? And of course it was released that the King is doing well. So as we were so worried, but it's all good news. King Charles is back. His first job back, which was, I think, incredibly a thoughtful engagement, was at UCLH Cancer Treatment Centre. And there he met the staff and different patients and was talking about the awareness and early diagnosis, and there was so much to talk about, and I just feel it must be such a life-changing thing that King Charles is going through, and as we know, to talk to other people going through the same condition is absolutely beneficial. And if you think Charles, he's not going to be able to just ring everybody up and chat. So he's also become patron of Cancer UK, and everyone's journey is so personal. So many things that he's going to be going to. Trooping of the Colour, where he says he's going to ride his horse, Noble. I'm not too sure whether he will be riding the mare, but let's see. I mean, the good thing is he's got this can-do spirit, which is absolutely wonderful. And we just pray that he's going to be going to New Zealand and Australia and doing all of his state duties. So congratulations, and we wish him well. It's a wonderful success story, but also the successful marriage, the 13 years now, of the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate. Isn't it amazing? 13 years, and we remember it well. It was that beautiful sunny day, and that beautiful, that dress, that beautiful lace dress, that Sarah Burton dress. But really great, quite unusual that this was released, because obviously it's not a special anniversary as such. I mean,
it's lace, isn't it?
It's the lace one, yeah. So you give, as presents, you give duvet covers and things like that, tea towels and things like that. But a lovely picture, as we can see, a black and white picture that they released, which was taken by Millie Pilkington. Beautiful, and you can see Prince William is wearing his Blues and Royals outfit there, which is an outfit he did want to wear to his wedding, but the late Queen Elizabeth wanted him to wear the Irish Guards outfit. So that picture is wonderful, and such a nice surprise to receive. It's so special, isn't it? And Millie Pilkington is a fabulous photographer. So thank you for that. Absolutely. And obviously wishing Princess of Wales well and a speedy recovery.
Absolutely right. And it's happy birthday to Princess Charlotte.
Yes, absolutely. Princess Charlotte, 9. It's such a lovely picture that the Princess of Wales released. She captured the picture a few days ago in Windsor, and I think it's got that. It's lovely because she looks like a child, but you can see that sort of strength in her. I think she's boss, isn't she? You can tell she's boss, and she looks just like Prince William in that picture, although has a look as well of the late Queen Elizabeth. So a wonderful picture, and she's wearing the little red cardie that we saw in the Mother's Day picture. And I just think it's a lovely reminder of how the children are growing up, and it's a lovely touch that we can all, join in with these pictures. It's important, isn't it?
Absolutely. And a very successful schoolboy, Freddie Hadley, and what he wrote and actually got Prince William to come to him.
Yeah, so he wrote a letter, and this was it was actually for mental health awareness last year, and Prince and Princess of Wales, they couldn't attend this special launch, which was to really highlight Freddie's initiatives that he'd introduced to the school. And he had a surprise. Prince William turned up unannounced, and he was so excited, and they all chatted, and it was all to do with male you know, male mental health wellness. And moving on from there, because obviously it's now Mental Health Awareness Month, we saw Prince William, and he visited James Place in Newcastle. And again, this is a wonderful establishment. It's one of 3. I think there's one in London, Liverpool, and this new one this year launched in Newcastle. Provides free and life-saving therapy for men. So again, it's preventing suicide. So another good cause, and very close to the Princess of Wales' heart too. So he was representing her as well.
And the Duchess of Edinburgh extraordinarily goes to Ukraine at the moment and meets Mr. Zelensky. Always stumble on that name, Mr. Zelensky's First Lady, his wife.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, goodness me, can you imagine going to a war zone? I mean, this was embargoed, and as you can well imagine, they wanted to make sure that the Duchess of Edinburgh had got back safely. And it, you know, how brave of her to do that. So she met survivors of conflict-related sexual violence. She gave the most amazing, powerful speech. So brave and powerful, and a complete sign, I think, of how Britain is committed to Ukraine. And we had such good coverage in the press. Good to see the Duchess of Edinburgh in the press.
Absolutely.
Such a special occasion.
Very brave of her as well, very brave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Camilla, I've got this message here saying wash bags. Yeah. What has Queen Camilla got to do with wash bags?
Do you know what? Queen Camilla is so wonderful with these events, and she supports such wonderful charities, and she's great at rallying in powerful women. And an event took place, I believe, yesterday at Buckingham Palace, roughly 300 people. Again, this is to highlight and thank people who help survivors of sexual violence. And this wash bags project is something which was actually introduced about 10 years ago, believe it or not, but she's brought it back, and it's as they call it, it's like a crumb of hope, because she has visited so many different centres, sexual assault centres, which are not jolly, you can imagine. And what she realised is how dehumanising the whole situation is. And by introducing these wash bags, which is just lots of lovely toiletries and pamper products, it's a lovely thing to give to people. And it's just, again, that crumb of hope. So despite the nature of the event, it was a really uplifting event.
Excellent.
And also her style glow up. We've just got to say that we do think Queen Camilla looks fabulous.
Yep. And finally, obviously, Harry is back next week to really commemorate Invictus.
He is. So he set up the Invictus Games in 2014, and I think he'd seen the Warrior Games in the States. This is for wounded veterans and personnel, and it basically is a sports thing, and it shows what they can achieve after any post-injury. And it's now attracting 17 nations, and it's celebrating the 10th one at St Paul's Cathedral. Yep. And he'll be doing a reading at the service, so hope that goes well. That's Wednesday, so we'll be able to report back next week.
Let us hope there's some success with the royal family, bringing all that together again.
Do you know what? And great. King Charles has done so many things at the moment. Yep. He's at Windsor Racecourse today, and a lovely photo of Zara Phillips giving her uncle a cuddle.
Excellent stuff.
Really lovely.
Anyway, we must move on. So we're just going to take a short break, and then we're going to meet Sangeeta Shrestha, who is a Nepalese author and has written this incredible book about how women are empowering themselves. Stay tuned. And now I'm happy to welcome Sangeeta Shrestha, a Nepalese author who's written the book Rose's Odyssey, Tales of Love and Loss. Here is the book. Welcome.
Thank you, Ian.
So tell me a little bit about the book first. Why did you write it, and how did it come about?
This is the collection of short stories. It has got 20 short stories. Initially, this book was published in 2019 in Nepali, and this is the translated version of the book that was published in Nepali. This book, as I was writing a number of stories earlier, and when I realized that I have around 22 stories, then I just started.
A lot of stories.
Yeah.
So what type of stories are they? When you're talking about love and loss, is this the type of thing that women go through just in general in life, or is it Nepalese women? How would you describe it?
I think every woman would be able to connect with the stories. It's the general kind of stories. The stories are best in Nepal, also in diaspora, Nepalese diaspora in Australia, and also in UK as well. But overall, I feel that not just the women, and there are male-focused stories where the male protagonist and the stories as well. So people will be able to connect with the stories, if not themselves, but with the people around them.
Okay. How would you describe the values of Nepalese women?
I think Nepalese women are strong and quite resilient as well. If given the opportunity, they will come out the best, I feel, in that way. But there are many women who do not get the opportunities because of the economic condition or social condition in the society. But there are many women who are thriving as well.
And I know you wrote your first book, because this is your second book, isn't it? So you wrote your first book when you were just 18, I believe. So what got you into writing in the first place? Was it a release from something, or was it a passion?
To be honest, I was a very introvert child. In my childhood, I used to be very introvert, and I used to feel more comfortable expressing in papers than talking to people. I didn't used to have many friends, so I used to feel comfortable writing about the things what I feel, and I didn't know that I used to write poetry. So later on, only after some time, only I came to know through my teacher that whatever I was writing were poetries. So that's how it started.
And tell me a little bit about your journey. So obviously you were born and raised in Nepal, but what happened to you after that?
Yes, I was born in Nepal, and I studied in Nepal and Australia as well, and later on in the UK. After completing my studies in Nepal and Australia, I came here with my family, and I studied here as well. I did my PhD in environmental communication from the University of Surrey, and I'm here with my family, living in the UK for the past 15 years.
So do you work in communications as well? Is that your sort of day job? But presumably both of these are your day job. You're an author and a communicator.
Yeah, but my full-time job is I work as the communications official manager at the International Development Organization in London. We work mainly, particularly with the women, women's literacy and education in Africa and many parts of Asia.
And how do you personally see women today? What are the issues that women face that you want to address as well?
Actually, it works in both ways. In my personal life, in the surrounding, as well as in the workplace I work with, because the focus of my work, even in the workplace, is the education and literacy, and empowering women through education and literacy, particularly in Asia and Africa. So we work in many parts of the world, and Feed the Minds have been the place where I've been working has been working over 50 years in women's empowerment. And apart from that, in my writing as well, like being a woman, and also like seeing injustice, inequality around the world, even today. So that just empowers me or enlightens me to write more about women and give voice to the women.
How would you describe empowerment of women? What is it that you're constantly seeking, and how can men help as well?
I think it goes both ways, because women also want to be able to do something. There are many women coming out in the world, in various parts of the world, even in the villages, in the cities. Women want to do more, maybe because of the societies where they are brought up earlier in oppression, so they want to come out more. But overall, I see like the society is changing, and men are helping as well. And men and women, if work together, obviously the justice and the gender equality we will be able to achieve. but it's a long way to go still.
Yes. And obviously you're very proud of Nepal. How would you describe Nepal today?
It has always been a peaceful country, apart from some political situation earlier, but still Nepal is very, very peaceful. And I would say like Nepalese people are very much resilient, and also like people work harder, and but obviously like they look for the people, the youngsters who want better opportunities. Like there have been people like going abroad, but it's a kind of brain drain at the moment in Nepal. Many people are going abroad, but obviously I see like the time will come when people will realize that, and then like lots of people are going back as well.
Do you think that's good for Nepal, though, this brain drain? Is that, I mean, obviously Nepalese people, they're not being seen across the world and their values, but is Nepal's society losing because of this brain drain, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Lots of youngsters are abroad in the villages. Like if you see the migration pattern in the villages, people are more towards moving towards cities, in particular in Kathmandu. If you see in Kathmandu, like people are moving from Kathmandu abroad in various parts of the world.
Yeah. So finally, as I'm saying, I'm holding up this book again. This is this wonderful book that you've written recently. How can people get in contact with you?
Yeah, I can be contacted through my email address, and also the book is available on Amazon. As you see, like Rose's Odyssey, and with my name, if you search on Amazon, Sangeeta Switcher or Rose's Odyssey, you can find a copy of that. And also like my email, shall I say my email address?
Yes.
Yeah, it's sangyshreestha@hotmail.com. So I can be contacted by email as well.
Okay, so that's the best way of doing it. Sangeeta, thank you so much for your time today. It's a wonderful book, everyone. Everybody goes out and buy. This talks about how women want to be seen today. So I'm very pleased to have you on today. And obviously, I'm very welcoming the Nepalese community as well, which is a great community. Okay, stay tuned. And then next, we're going to have Philip Sykes, our wonderful regular commentator. Stay tuned. Okay, and welcome back now. And so now we have our regular guest, Philip Sykes, on from the British School of Excellence. Philip, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to both of you. How lovely to see you. It's so wonderful as always. I so look forward to my Fridays with you and joining you. So what are we going to focus on today?
Well, today, Philip, we're talking about success. And I would like to know, what is the importance of etiquette in leading a successful life?
I love that question as always. Well, firstly, I feel that success, it's something that very much involves achieving one's goals and fulfilling aspirations and experiencing personal growth and fulfillment. And it definitely goes way beyond it goes, in other words, beyond mere sort of accomplishments, and encompasses factors such as happiness, satisfaction, and a sense of purpose. And that is one of the words that I absolutely love. What is our purpose in this world? And success can manifest in different ways. It's obviously, it does include your academic side of things. It could be professional, personal, and social achievements. And through the power of etiquette and manners, you can absolutely wholeheartedly put your best foot forward in pretty much any given situation. And then that gives you that confidence, and you stand out for the right reasons.
Philip, you do these wonderful schools of excellence, and really you've had so many success stories as well in your own life as well as in the life of British School of Excellence. So what type of steps do you teach? What are the types of things that you think helps to make a successful person?
Sure, that's another great question. For me, it's about being able to understand the importance of emotional intelligence and learning to work on yourself, learning to be a better person than you were yesterday. And, as humans, we're not perfect. We make mistakes. So anyone who's a perfectionist, it doesn't really make much sense, because every human will make a mistake or mistakes along the road, along the path of life. And by the way, life is not all plain sailing. We all know that. So there's no one out there on any level that's had plain sailing in their lives. There's no red carpet rolled out and they go marching down it. What we need to do is we need to work on our mindset and our attitude, and we need to grow ourselves by educating ourselves and pushing ourselves, challenging ourselves to put our best foot forward.
Philip, when you do these amazing courses and obviously give these key skills, which leads to great growth and success, you obviously have a few people in your groups, depending on what they're doing. Do you ever have a situation, and I just wondered how you would handle it if it happened, of where somebody isn't maybe as agreeable within the group as most of them? So I know it sounds a funny one, but it's interesting to know the etiquette behind what you would do.
Again, wonderful question, Helena. That sort of touch wood, we haven't had too many of those to report back on or share a huge amount of experience. Having said that, one of the things is encouraging inclusiveness and getting teamwork going, because as we talked about last week, teamwork is dream work, and really encouraging that person to get involved, not only that, also to look toward their specific strengths and to play into their strengths. And it's very much a case of working on that element. It's something that I listened to the most fantastic TED talk not so long ago. And it's very much like if you scold your child, for example, they're going to continue doing it. This gentleman gives an example of the kid writing on the wall, and he said, "You don't do that. Yeah, you know, that's silly, that's stupid." But then you turn that around and say, "Hey, you're a big boy now. There's no need to be scrolling and writing on the walls now." And you can see a whole different change in that little individual. And that goes right across the board with people of all age groups. And I truly know that works. It's persistence as well. And again, you've got to be consistent with that. You've got to be really consistent in nurturing people.
Fascinating, thanks.
And Philip, how do you gauge success for the British School of Excellence itself?
We do it through a plethora of things, Ian and Helena. We really do. I mean, the foundation of the organisation is etiquette, manners, emotional intelligence, but really the bedrock of the organisation is kindness, having a what can I do for you attitude. It's very much focusing on putting people at ease in a very short space of time, and it's very much about there's one race, and that's the human race. When it comes to our coaching and training, it is very much focused on letting everyone know that the head and the heart are attached. This is not just a list of do's and don'ts and rules and blah, 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 all that nonsense. It's very much, we focus on the academic excellence side of things. We bring a very holistic approach. We very focus on the individual, because not one size fits all. One size fits one. And as an organization, we bring a huge global perspective into our journey whenever we're coaching and training. And we fully believe in partnerships and alignment with people and bringing in specialists that we may not we may be good at it, but we're not specialists in it. It's a collaboration. It's very much about understanding people's burning desires, or in other words, their pain points. How can we support someone who needs X, Y, and Z to move forward in their lives? And sometimes it can be as little as giving them a tool, what we call the 6-second rule. They might have a very difficult time interacting with people. They might have a short temper, or they might be quick to trigger back at someone. And just by introducing the situational self-awareness and then giving them a tool such as a 6-second rule to count to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds before they may open their mouth, or even take a walk around the block before they react or take action.
And finally, Philip, as always, time always competes against us, and I know you've got another show to go to as well. So how can people get in contact with you?
If you look us up on the internet, www.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com, and we have a WhatsApp button on there. We love engaging in person with you, speaking to you. You could also email us at hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. And please take a look at our social channels. We've got a lot of information on there and educational material that you can get some really wonderful skills and tools from.
Philip, as always, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you again soon. You're a stalwart of incredible information. Thank you so much.
A pleasure as always. Have a wonderful long weekend, and I know you've both been working exceptionally hard. Find some time for yourselves as well.
Excellent.
And you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, wasn't that a great show today? I think it's
great.
been an incredible show as always. You know, a lot of royal news,
So much royal
as
news.
well. So I think, again, as always, I'd like to thank Helena Chard for all the help with ALB UK TV in creating this show in the first place, and Jacqueline Kerback in USA Global TV for our American interests as well. So for me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And from me, Helena Chard.
Goodbye. We'll see you again next week. Stay tuned. Bye for now.